It felt like the end of something permanent in Baltimore. On Tuesday, the Ravens closed a chapter that had defined the franchise for nearly 2 decades, parting ways with head coach John Harbaugh after a crushing loss to their most bitter rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The defeat slammed the door on postseason hopes and completed a season that began with Super Bowl dreams but ended in frustration and disbelief. Team owner Steve Bisciotti called the decision painful but necessary, praising the years of success, stability, and integrity Harbaugh brought to the organization. Harbaugh responded with gratitude, acknowledging the disappointment while thanking the city, the players, and the fans who shared the journey with him. The final moments of the season felt almost cruel. Baltimore fought into field goal range in the closing seconds, with everything on the line. One kick could have kept the season alive. Instead, the miss sealed a narrow loss, handed the division to Pittsburgh, and quietly marked the end of an era. The season itself was a roller coaster. Baltimore stumbled out of the gate, injuries piling up and momentum slipping away. Lamar Jackson's health became an ongoing concern, forcing the team to fight uphill just to stay relevant. For a moment, the Ravens rallied, stringing together wins and clawing back into contention. Hope returned, briefly, to a city that expects more than moral victories. But hope never fully turned into consistency. Injuries lingered, performances wavered, and reports of tension inside the locker room grew louder. By the time the season closed, the Ravens were left outside the playoff picture, wondering how a roster built to contend fell short again. Harbaugh leaves as one of the most accomplished coaches in franchise history. He guided Baltimore through years of sustained success, delivered a Super Bowl championship, and built a culture rooted in toughness and accountability. For most of his tenure, the Ravens were a model of stability in a league defined by chaos. Yet the modern era has been less forgiving. With Lamar Jackson in his prime, expectations shifted from competitive to championship or bust. Despite division titles and double-digit win seasons, postseason breakthroughs remained rare, and disappointment became a familiar ending. At its core, this decision was about the future. Jackson is still young, still elite, and still the face of the franchise. Baltimore believes a new voice is needed to unlock what comes next. The Harbaugh era will be remembered for winning, resilience, and respect. But in the NFL, yesterday's success does not guarantee tomorrow's patience. In Baltimore, the focus now turns forward, toward a new chapter built around unfinished business and renewed belief.